Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. So today what I would like to do is talk about the late 23rd century Starfleet ranks from Star Trek. And these ranks also go into the early 24th century, actually close to the mid 24th century. I don't think these ranks end until the late 2340s or maybe the early 2350s. Right up to almost to the very beginning of the next generation. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. So these ranks should be familiar to anybody who notices them. We got ensign right here. Now, a lot of these earlier ranks, I just kind of copied and pasted these ranks from various sites that I've come across. I don't start changing things up until a bit later, and we're going to see that in a little bit. You'll notice I have the stripes here. I don't think they had stripes on the uniforms in the late 23rd, early 24th century, but I just have them there because it was just kind of fun to do. So yeah, we got the ensign rank right here. It's the very first rank. Making sure that's showing up. Okay. It's just like a V shape thing going on there. I'm not too sure what that's supposed to represent, but that's what it is. Then after that we have Lieutenant Junior grade, which is two prongs. It almost looks like they're trying to grow together or connect, but they're not quite there yet. And then after that, you have, we're going to go ahead and scroll up. We have lieutenant, full lieutenant, which it very similar to the lieutenant junior grade rank, but it looks like the two pieces have finally connected. So that's the lieutenant rank. And then beyond that, we have the lieutenant commander. Now, these insignias are pretty interesting. I could see what they were going for, because if you look at this, it looks like you got the gold part finally connected, and then what happens is it's almost as if it rotates. That didn't expand very good, but it almost as if it rotates, and looking at the lieutenant commander, you have the gold bar in the middle, and it looks like the two silver parts on either side, it looks like they just like expanded and connected. You know what I mean? Right here. So I think that's pretty interesting how they managed to do that, or not manage, how they came up with that. I could see what they were going for. Then the commander rank, the full commander rank. You have two gold bars, and then on top of that, you have the captain rank, which we're all familiar with. It has three gold bars in the middle, but it also has the addition of the two chevrons that I'm calling on either side. So that makes it pretty high, high up. Basically, when you see the chevrons like that, that means that's a pretty up there rank. So that's the captain rank. Then after that, we have the fleet captain rank, which, as the stripes, I have a broken stripe in between four solid stripes. But again, I don't think they have stripes on the uniforms in the late 23rd, early 24th century. But in this one, the chevrons, this is a rank I made up. I'm sure this rank existed, but we never see the insignia for it. So basically, just checking to make sure that's showing up good. Just basically, it's two large chevrons, two large gold chevrons in place of the two smaller silver chevrons. So that's basically the fleet captain rank, but it doesn't end there. Then we go on to different ranks. Now you'll notice, we'll talk about the flag officer ranks here in a minute, but there is one more rank of captain that I want to talk about, and that is the grand captain. And you saw that earlier in my previous video where I listed a fleet captain and a grand captain. But the insignia for this one, it still has the two gold chevrons on either side, but it has 4 gold bars in the middle, where the other previous, whoops, didn't mean to show those off yet. The previous captain ranks only had 3. So, yeah, moving on to the officers, the flag officers. So basically, you have, we're going to scroll this over a little bit. So let me see what's showing up there. Okay. Now, I want to talk about these ranks a little bit. So in the actual movies, the Star Trek movies, the first 6, you really only see this rank right here as the Admiral rank, and you don't really see any other one. I've seen different depictions of this rank right here as being Vice Admiral or Rear Admiral or a Lower Admiral, and I've never seen one with just a single chevron, but I have seen the double chevron and the quadruple chevron rank, but I never saw a tri-chevron, and I'm not sure exactly why that is. It makes sense if you think about it, because you have the single chevron represents Commodore, and then the double chevron is Rear Admiral, as we can see here, and the triple chevron is Vice Admiral. So it's like a 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, 4-star admiral, like in the U.S. Navy, but it has chevrons representing instead of stars, and I think it makes more sense, because what we have later on in the higher ranks, they just add an additional circle behind it. They make it a little bigger, things like that, for the higher ranking admirals. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I think this makes a lot more sense. You have the 1 chevron, the 2, the 3, the 4. It just makes a lot more sense, in my opinion. So after that, we have you'll notice I do have another admiral rank here. This is Fleet Admiral, as you can see. Sorry, just trying to make sure it shows up. Again, I should have gotten rid of these stripes. They're kind of pointless. It's pretty much the mid 23rd century ranks, but they didn't use stripes, so I don't know why I had those there. So I apologize for that. I didn't think to get rid of them, but basically the Fleet Admiral rank, if you notice, has 5 chevrons, where the full Admiral, just plain Admiral, has 4, and Vice Admiral has 3. So basically what I've done is you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's not over yet. I've created, let's see here if I can scroll into it without giving too much away. I have a 6 chevron rank. Now this is Grand Admiral, which we see a Grand Admiral rank in the mid 23rd century, but this is the late 23rd century insignia for it right here. You notice these admiral ranks, they do have circular designs behind them. I went ahead and did that just to kind of keep up with the ranking, or the significance that kind of shows. I felt that was kind of important. But yeah, you'll also notice if you're able, actually we're not going to zoom in, I don't want to confuse things, but there's the Starfleet logo in the center, where the rest of these don't have them. And the way I do it is that kind of indicates Grand Admiral status. So because I believe that Starfleet expanded in the late 23rd century, they added additional admiral ranks to help their administrative needs. So there's also so this is the Grand Admiral is a 6 chevron. The Grand Fleet Admiral is a 7 chevron rank, 7 gold chevrons, with the Starfleet emblem in between. Now you notice I do just want to kind of show this off here. I believe they would have had sleeve stripes, but you just don't see them in the movies, which I think is a bummer. But this is kind of what I think. Now, we saw the Grand Admiral rank in the previous video, but this is you know, a double solid, or I don't know what this is called, but it's basically this right here, but double that. And then over here we have 3 of these larger stripes, and the insignia itself is 7 chevrons. Now there is one more rank after that, and this is the final Starfleet rank in late 23rd century. Now scroll down, the title I gave this, you might consider this lazy, but I call it Grand Fleet Admiral of Starfleet. Now this is basically the rank that is given to the CNC, the Commander-in-Chief of Starfleet, which we see in Star Trek VI, but he's just a regular admiral in that video, or in that movie. So he just has the 4-prong rank with the circle behind it, which I think is kind of boring. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's the Grand Fleet Admiral of Starfleet. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom out here. And you'll notice over here I kind of had different, how much of that is showing? Yeah, I had different designs. This is kind of where I put everything together over here. But over here we basically have all the ranks. That's not showing up too good for you guys, so we're going to zoom out more. That's a little better. So that's kind of everything that I had put together. Probably can't read it too well, but you can see everything a lot better. So yeah, that's basically all I had for you guys. Down here we have the 23rd century ranks, or the mid 23rd century ranks, and then up here we have the late 23rd, early 24th century ranks. So yeah, that's basically the video for this time around. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. I really appreciate it. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. I hope to continue making these videos, and I hope you enjoyed these. Do comment or do subscribe if you enjoyed these and you want to see more. I do have a couple more, or at least one more videos. Next I'm gonna do the mid to late 24th century ranks, basically in the Next Generation era, where they have the pips instead of these insignias and stripes. So stay tuned for that. I'm looking forward to showing that to you guys. So yeah, please take care, guys, and we'll see you again very soon.